All right, welcome again. Assalamualaikum everyone.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay,
Waalaikumsalam.
so yesterday we did this, yeah. Oh, I created another REPL, I think. Aggravating secret Boolean algebra. Oh, it was not saved. It was saved, right? Okay. What is going on? Why I can't edit? This is not working. Okay, let's go from this way. Where is it? Yep. All right, cool. So yesterday we learned print variable. That variable stores value, and there are types of variable, right? Then we have integer, float, string, boolean, bool as the type of the variables. Then we learn if statement very briefly, right? And we quickly implement this collapse conjecture. So any of you have not implemented this collapse conjecture number since yesterday?
For me, it doesn't do the collapse conjecture. It just says 4. It just divides it by 2. Then it doesn't continue.
Okay. All right. So why don't we do this? I'll review your code. So if you can share your screens, let's review your codes.
I don't think it's a multiple screen sharing zone.
Oh, it's not enabled yet. Yeah, hold on. Let me find my. Suddenly my Zoom toolbar is gone. Oh, okay, here it is. Yeah, multiple participant can share. Can already done. Okay. Right. So now we are looking at whose screen is this? Irsyad. All right, Irsyad. Scroll up. Can you run? Okay, run your code. We see the result. And okay. Now, do you know the problem? Can anybody help Irsyad? What is the problem with his code? Why is his code only printing 4? Anybody? Let's help Irsyad debug his code. So this is something that is very unique for Python. Not sure if other programming language do this, yeah. Yeah.
Is it because he didn't set the new n to 4?
No, already set n in the beginning as 8, right? He already set n as 8. Okay, let me annotate, yeah. So n is already set here, and after that n is edited, right? Either if n is even, it will be divided by 2. So this is okay. Okay, let me clear. I think arrow is better. So n divided by 2, n divided by 2, right? If it is even. So n is already set. Starting from 8, and it's already set. Now the question is why we are only seeing only one line here. What is the problem? Okay. Any of you play Scratch before or use Scratch?
Yeah.
Okay, let me share my screen. Yeah. Where was it? My screen. Okay, here. Okay. Now, yeah, you can switch to see my screen, Arsyad. Okay, so I'll put forces. I'll use Code Monkey to show the concept, but it's the same thing with Scratch, yeah. Or maybe I can also use Scratch. Let's see. Just use this. Create. Yeah. So in logic block, where is the control? Yeah. Yeah. So if you see here, right? This is a logic block, right? If something and then something, right? So let's say if what? If some number is less than some number, right? Let's see. Right. If my variable is greater than 50 and then, right? So if you look at this control. Okay, let's use this one instead. If then else. How do you delete? Okay, cool. You see, this is an if statement, right? In Scratch visual coding. So if you notice, when you create statement like this, you need to be clear where you want to put your next actions, right? So at least there are 3 different locations you can put in, right? You see what I mean? Okay. So there are 3 different locations. Let me just throw something here. So this is the first one. You can put inside the if, right? Which means if your condition is true, this part here will be executed, but this one will not be executed, right? That's how it works, right? Yeah, and then the second part is this part. This portion here it belongs to the else statement, right? Else. See else here. So if this is true, execute these steps. Else meaning if it is not true, execute this step, right? Now my question is, how about this part? What happened with this part?
Even if it's if or else, it will still happen after.
Yeah. Correct. Because this part is at the same location or position with the if itself. So it is actually after if. So it's as if this is actually a completely separate thing, right? So we do the if first. Once we are done with the if, which could go either this way or this way, right? Could execute this part or this part, depending on whether it's true or false, right? But after it's done, regardless whether this was true or false, doesn't matter anymore. It's completely back to the original program. Then these steps will always be executed. Now, how do you think Python do the block like this? Like, how do you differentiate between this portion, and this portion? So, Arsyad, if you can share again your screen.
The little gap over here.
Yes, there is a indentation over there. Now, what is the bug here then? What is the error here? Can somebody find out?
The print and is having a
Yes. So the print n, because it was indented, where was it in? Which block was it?
the else.
The else, yeah. That's why print n indented will only be executed when it is else. And then the else is for odd, even a odd number, right? Because if the if it is even, that means else is when it is odd number. But because we use 8, the input was 8, is always even, right? 8, 4, 2. Only in the last part then it becomes odd, which is 1, right? And because it's odd, 1 multiplied by 3 plus 1 becomes 4. That's why it printed 4. You see? Okay. Now, who else have done this? Thank you, Irsyad. So we solved your bug. Anyone else have tried it and want to share your code?
Is that one the difference that my sketch? No, I don't want to
Hania or Hakimi or Firas? Any of you want to share?
The collapse conjecture, is it?
Yeah.
If it has any bugs, or is it, or if it is like working perfectly, or
Yeah, working perfectly also can better. We want to see
guess
your code. Let's
so.
read.
Let me try my collapse conjecture.
Oh, that looks nice. 106 53 times. Oh yeah, correct. 160 and then 80 40 20 10 5. Okay, looks correct, yeah. Okay, good. Yes. Okay, anyone else? Hakimi 46 23 70, yeah, correct. Okay, good. Nice. Okay, so for this example, because you are still learning if statement, right? We have not used loop. That's why you repeat your code manually, right? Later, next week on Saturday, together with others also, we will learn about loop. Yeah, more about if, but then also about loop, how you do not need to repeat your code. Okay, now let's review the concept again. Yeah, okay. So maybe I should just create a new file. Yeah. So, okay, let's now revise from beginning again. Printing, yeah, print. Okay, let's have fun with print now. So you have learned about printing hello world, right? Like this, right? Oops. Oh, I see. It only, okay, I need to do this then. Instead, it executes only the main. Print hello world. Okay, now you can also do this way. Print hello, comma, world. What will happen is it will still the same, print still the same hello world, and it adds space in between automatically. Yeah, so you can use this for something like this. Let's say name equal to Ainun, right? Age equal to 36, and then home equal to Bukit Batu. That's it, right? So I can do something like this. Print hi, my name is comma name comma I am age year. Okay, I don't need space here. I don't need extra space here. Year old. Right. I live in comma home. So if I do this, if I run, it will become hi, my name is Ainun. I am 36-year-old. I live in Bukit Batu. So if you see here, even between Ainun and dot, there is a space, right? Yeah, because of this, right? So I put a dot here. I put a period here. Yeah. Now, alternatively, I can also do like this. Print. Hi. My name is I am age-year-old. Print. Sorry, it's actually typo. What is the right way to write that in English? Print. I live in. So, what do you think will happen if I do this way?
It won't be in one line. It will be vertically, like one line high, one line. My name
That
is.
will be paragraph, I guess.
Yeah. So every print will create its own line, right? So hi, my name is Ainun. I'm 36 years old. I live in Bukit Batu. This is each print statement is one line. So yeah, and this is how you can use the comma. Okay, maybe you try. Each one of you try. And have fun also. Right? You can do something different also. Okay. Maybe one of you share your screen. Who hasn't shared the screen? Maybe Hania?
What's the difference between double quotation and one quotation?
It's the same. For Python, it's the same.
Interchangeable.
Interchangeable for Python, yeah. In C++, it is different. In C++, you always use double quotation because single quotation in C++ is only for one character, one letter, one character rather, right? It can be letter, it can be digit, it can be symbol, right? But basically one character. But in Python, it's the same. Okay, let me double check. Yeah, okay. So Kayan, yeah. Kayan, my number is Y and also Z. Yeah. So it looks like that. So why is this useful? Any idea why this can be useful? So it is used. Yeah.
I'm not sure. Paragraphs? No, I'm not sure. Not too sure.
To put in the
Yeah. Because
name.
let's say, right? Let's say if I'm doing this, right? Let me take this one example. Yeah. If I do like this, it works, right? But then I need to add my space manually. So let's just add space manually. So first thing it is useful is because it adds space for you, right? But then also it allows you to avoid this problem. You know what happened if I do this? When I add space also. What do you think will happen if I do this?
There will be double space between I am and yes code.
I'm using a plus sign here. Remember what will happen?
You'll think it's a you'll look for a number.
So what will happen is it's gonna be an error. Remember why?
You cannot concatenate a string to an integer.
Yeah, because age, you see here age, the last time we set age was in this line and we are setting it to a number. So it's an integer. if I do type of age, right? If I run this, then it's actually an integer type of int. So that's why we cannot use this. Now, but I want to print, right? I want to print the number together with I am and years old, right? That's why doing it this way make it possible. Because what happened is like the print statement is being told, hey, I need you to print 3 things. I am, age, and then years old. Okay, and then the print do it one by one in the same line, right? Yeah, so when it prints number, it knows how to print number. When it prints text, string, it also knows how to print text. But if you tell it to do it this way, so what happened is you are not telling print to print 3 things, but rather you are telling Python to do this addition first. So it's almost as if this is a bracket on its own, yeah. Something that you need to do first. You add these 3 things together first, then after that, the result you print. So that's the difference. When Python try to do that, then it fails because you cannot add number into a text. It doesn't know what to do. Because if you are adding number to a number, then it do mathematical addition. But if you are adding text to a text, it does concatenation of the text, right, of the string. But then if it is text and number, then it doesn't know what to do. Cannot concatenate. Okay. What if you have to? Let's say, what if I want to print like this? I don't want a space. I want to print like this. I am 36 years old, let's say. But then I want 36 to be from this age variable. How would you do it? How would you do it? Okay, let me remove this. I'll just comment this. So if I run this, right? Okay, this is like plain text like this, yeah? I am 36 years old. So how do I do it with age? How do I do this above with variable age? Okay, anyone want to try? Who hasn't shared the screen? Actually, let's try invite, yeah. I have not done this before. Let's try invite. Maybe we don't need you to share your screen. Hania, what is your username?
Give me a minute.
You can see it on this part of the screen here. Top left.
Do we all send our things in chat or do we just
Oh, you can.
only Hania?
Can send me your so that I can add all of you also. Mikael, Kayan. Oh, no results found. How come? Oh, I cannot find your account. Yeah, it's okay. Never mind. Let me just do this. I'll generate a join link. Right. Sharing it in the chat. Okay. Can you try to join? I think what will happen is you will be able to edit here on my REPL directly. I've not tried this before, but that should be okay. Some of you have joined. Crazy Cyclops have joined. Michael Ken has joined. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So yeah. Okay, everyone else, can you also join? Azralika have joined. We could have used this yesterday also. Cool, cool. Okay. All right, who wanna try this? Or maybe each one of you try here, right? I'll just put a placeholder. So Kayan do here. Arshad do here. Okay. Right, and then yeah, right. Okay. Okay, let me move age down here. Right. Okay, cool. Okay, how would you print I am 36 years old without space, but using the variable age? Oh, this is pretty good, huh? It's a bit confusing looking at all of you editing at the same time, but it's good.
Can whoever that is not edit on my area, please?
Any idea how it can be done? You can Google also, yeah. Google is an important skill set. Googling is an important skill set for programmer. No matter how senior you are or how smart you are, you will still need to Google in the world of coding. Okay, looks like all of you are stuck. There are many ways. Yeah, there are many ways to do this. But what I want to introduce to you today is casting, typecasting. What is typecasting? Typecasting means, you know, there are of different types, right? Remember, what are the types? Do you remember what are the types? Anyone remembers what are the types of variables?
Types of variables.
Yeah.
Float,
Okay, float,
double, boolean,
full,
string, integer.
string, and integer, right? So that's what you have learned so far. So casting means from one variable to another variable, right? We want to convert them. We want to cast them into it. So okay, let me just remove all your code. Yeah, let's stop the collaboration for now. Right. Back to the lesson. Oops. Oh, deleted. Yeah. Okay, can. So let's learn. Okay. Right. Cool. Okay, looks like collaborating is also not really a good idea. Okay, no problem. So let's learn about typecasting now. Yeah. So we are going to cast or convert from one type to another. Convert from one type to another. Now what are the types? There are what you have learned. There is int, string, str, string, float, and bool. This is what you have learned. Now, so let's say age text. Let's say I make a variable called age text. So this is a string, right? So if I print a type of age text, right, we will see it str. We run this, then it's a string, right? See, it's a string. Now I can let's say addition. So I want to add 5 years. So addition is a number. Type addition. So the type of addition is int, right? Type of addition is int. Now I want to add addition to text. I cannot do it this way, right? I cannot do age text plus addition because age text is a string and the addition is an integer. So I want to cast age text into integer first so that I can add, right? Because I want to do mathematical addition. So what I can do is I can cast this. How do I cast? I cast by using the name of the type that I want to use, the class or the type that I want to use. In this case is int, right? So I say int in age text. So what this thing does is whatever inside this int, whatever the type it is, it will convert it to int. So this way, in age text will give us, maybe let's print that also, the integer version of the age text. You see, so age text, this is a string. Notice the quotation mark, right? So if you force it to become int, then it becomes an integer. And here, because it already becomes an integer, you can then do addition. You can then do plus operation. Plus with the addition variable, which is a number, an integer, then it can. Right? Now, the other way can also happen. So, if I have age number 36, right? And I want to, let's say, print just now what I said, right? I want to print I am 36 years old. Right. So what I can do is I can do it this way: print I am, right? And then plus I can use age number, but because this is an integer, I cannot just use it directly with this concatenation plus, right? I need to do str. I need to cast it to string type first, str. So str age number, right, plus a years old. So if I do this way, it's a concatenation, right? Concatenation of IM, and then the string version of age number, forcing age number that is an integer to become string first, so that you can concatenate with it, and then concatenate again with years old. And because this is string concatenation, there is no space in between. Yeah, so this is how you do it. Now you can cast between different variables. So let's say if I have let's say my weight, yeah, weight text, yeah. So this is a text, right? My weight is, let's say, 59.50. It's a text, yeah. This is a text. To show that it is a text, we can print weight equal to, and then plus weight text. I don't hit an error because this is concatenation between text and text, right? This is a text, this is a string, this is a string, right? This is a string and this is also a string. So this plus here is a concatenation between two strings. Now, but I can also convert this to float. So let's say I want to print now my weight is and then I say float weight text, and then let's say I plus 0.7, right? So I gain weight of 0.7. What is my weight now? Now my weight is 60.2. So what I just did is weight text is a string 59.50 as a string in a quotation mark, but I was able to convert it to float, right? And then get the weight text. Now my question is, so far any question? All good? So now question is, if I change this to int, what will I see?
60. Now my weight is 60.
Now my weight is what?
Now my weight is 60
60. Why?
because
you wrote
integer.
integer is just the whole number.
So 59.5 converted to integer. Okay, let's try. Yeah, I actually don't know what will happen. Okay, it's an error. It's an error because int cannot convert something like this into an integer, because this is not an integer, right? This is not an integer. What you are seeing here is not an integer, right? This is a text of a number 59.50. So when you call int to try to convert it, it got confused because, hey, this is not integer. This text that you're giving me does not represent an integer. What integer should I make? I don't know. I don't understand. However, if you do it this way, so if I put it back to float, yeah, if you convert it to float first and then you put in integer, right, what will happen? Okay, maybe I remove the 0.7 first for now, yeah. Oops. Let me remove the 0.7 first for now so that you are not confused. So what will happen now? So I convert this text 59.50 into float first, and then the result I convert into int. What will I get? Okay, let's see. What will I get? What is happening? Invalid literal for in with this. That's strange. This is actually strange. I did not expect this. Interesting. Okay, let's see. That is very interesting. So I cannot. Okay, let's try manually. I must say I did not expect this. So let's say if I do manually. Oh, interesting. So I can't do that. Okay, good to know. Okay. So Python cannot handle that. That means I must use round then. Okay. Oh, why is this showing? Oh, okay. This is not my line. I think something is wrong with the replit. Let me refresh my replit, yeah. Let me reload. I think something is wrong with the replit itself. Okay. So let's change this, right? Okay. Now this is correct. So I convert weight text to float first and then convert it to integer. Let's try, hopefully replit. Okay. See? So yeah, not sure what happened just now. Replit got confused with my version of the code. Okay, so now my weight is, it says 59, because what happened is float weight text actually gives me I can replace this with 59.50 like this, right? It's the same thing. Yeah, then I convert it to integer. So these two lines are equivalent, like this. So I replace this with 59.50. Because what happened is I convert to float first. So when I convert to float, it can understand this text 59.50. It can understand, oh, it's a float. Yeah, I understand. I know how to convert it to a float. And then using the float, which is this value, I can convert it to integer. The way it works is round down, remember? So integer will always round down. So if this was, let's say, 59.99, right, then it will also still be 59. Okay. Any questions so far?
No.
Okay, now what if we try to cast Boolean? What will happen if I do this? Let's say bool 999. So I'm casting the number 999 into a Boolean. Any guess what will happen? Remember Boolean, right?
Bug.
Okay, so one guess is bug. Any other guess? You can try it yourself in your code, by the way. You try it yourself and then you tell me the result, right? Okay. You try it yourself and tell me the result.
True. It says true.
Yeah, it says true. So it becomes true. Can you try another number? Try other number. So remember, Boolean is a type that has only two possible values, right? Either false or true. It's either false or true. Try other number, yeah. So let's try 10. Okay, 10 is also true. How's that? 10 is also true. Can you find a number that is false? My challenge will be, can you find a number that is false for Boolean?
Yes. 0. 0 is false.
0. 0 is false. So let's try print bool 0. Any guess why there is? Why 0 is false? Anyone want to guess?
Because 0 is not because 0 in the like the what's it called, the the bits thingy, the 0 is means off, so false maybe.
0 means off, correct. So if you remember in what I showed yesterday, right? In computer, at the end of the day, it's all electronics. So it's all about electric current voltage inside the chip. There are trillions of transistors inside a CPU, inside the CPU chip. It's very small CPU chip, but there are trillions of the transistor there, trillion transistors. Each transistor is basically like gate of current, gate of electricity. So if there is a current flow or if there is a voltage, then it's a 1. If there is no current, no electric current, no voltage, then it's a 0. So it always plays with 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, which in the context of Boolean, 0 means false, and then current means true. Now the way it happens for the case of converting number to Boolean, right? 0 is the only value that is false. That's the only value that is false. Everything else other than 0 is true. So we can also try negative value, let's say -7, right? So -7 will also give you true, because only 0 and only 0 is false. This is going to be useful for some tricks, yeah. Like if you want to check, let's say you want to do an if statement. Remember the if even. So let's say n is equal to 7, right? And then if n modulo 2 equal to 0, remember? So we are checking if it is even, right? So print n is even, right? Else print n is odd. So in this case, n equal to 7 is odd, right? N is odd. That's what it says, right? Now you can also do this. You can just do this. If n modulo 2. So if you do this, that means when n modulo 2 is 0, it will be what? What happened if it is 0? 0 becoming Boolean becomes what? True or false?
True.
0 is false.
Oh.
So when n modulo 2 is 0, it will be false. That meaning true is odd, right? So we swap the logic. So we can do it this way also. If n modulo 2, right? So if n modulo 2, just like that, just if n modulo 2, that's it. Because, the modulo can be 0 or something else. If it is 0, that means it's gonna give you false. Anything else gonna give you, what do you call that? True. Anything other than 0 will give you true. So it will give you true if this is not 0. which means it's actually odd number. This one, you understand?
Yes.
This is a trick. You can use this in condition. Let me see. What else can we do it? Yeah. Okay. So we have learned casting. We already learned casting from. We already learned casting from int to string. Also string to int, right? Then we already learned casting from int to bool, right? Now I'm actually curious. What if I want to know what is the, if I have to cast from boolean to int, what will happen here if I do this? What is the int value of true? Let's see. Oh, int value of true is 1. Yeah. So this is also useful. So for example, if you want to say, if you have a counter, let's say, right? You want to count odd number. Let's say you start from 0, and then you add 1 if the number is odd. So let's say n equal to 7. Then you can do just like this: counter equal to counter plus n is odd. So yeah. Sorry, let's count if it is even. Sorry, let's count if it is even instead. Count. No, sorry. Yeah, sorry. This is odd. Correct. Count if it is odd. So you can do like this also. Oh yeah. Let's do count if it is even. Count even. Let's say, yeah. Count even. Right. So we can do it this way also, because n modulo 2 equals to 0 will give you boolean. Is it equal to 0? It will give you boolean, meaning if is it even? Is it even? True, it is even. So the count even will be increased. So let's say print count even. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, let's change it to another number. Let's say 5. Start with 5. I did not expect that. Okay, my mistake. This is interesting. I did not expect this behavior. Let me see if I can add a. Okay, so I have to give. Sorry. I have to put a bracket. I think what happened was, if I don't put a bracket, what they do is actually like this. Yeah. Do the addition first, and then only the comparison. Yeah, so I should have put here like this. Yeah. So this is also another trick, because true, when this is true, it will be, when you force it to become integer and use it for addition like this, it will become 1, right? Just like here, the integer version of true is 1. Okay, so you have learned casting from bool to int also. Then, okay, what else can we do? We have learned casting from string to float, right? Yeah. And actually, similarly, float to string will also be easy. We have learned. Okay. Anything else you want to try on variable types and casting? So the reason I'm showing you all these unique cases, right? Interesting cases is so that you understand that computers, okay, first of all, computers are dumb. So it can't really understand what you meant. You need to actually tell exactly what it needs to do, like really, really precise. So you've seen, for example, when we were asking them to just add weight tax, right? Remember when we didn't convert this, right? We just say weight tax plus 0.7, it hits an error. Because it just doesn't know what to do. Hey, you give me a text, even though the text contain a float, right? Contain a decimal, it just doesn't know what to do. Imagine if you tell this to another human, your friend, right? You give them a paper containing a text, right? Can you add 0.7 to this? The human will understand, right? Okay, even though you give me a text, what you meant it's a number, it's a float, right? But computers are dumb. So computer will just do what it is told. You need to be very explicit and precise on what it needs to do. So in the case of adding 0.7 to the weight text, it needs to know that, oh, you want me to first convert it to float? Yeah, okay. I convert to float first. So you tell it precisely, okay, convert to float first, then add by 0.7. Right? Then it works. Then it says, okay, weight is 60.6. Yeah. So this is the reason. Maybe it feels like, wow, so confusing and all. I mean, don't worry about it. Even for me, after many years of coding, it is still confusing. And you saw me getting confused also just now. I did not expect this. I did not expect that sometimes as well, right? So don't worry. And that's why you need to try. You need to play with it. You need to experiment. Will this work? Right? You can just try, right? Print this, print that, add this, add that. And there will be many interesting things that happen. Yeah. And I'm also sort of anticipating maybe this will be the kind of questions that come up in HCIC, because you know, we don't know actually, right? We don't have the past year paper of HCIC. We don't know what they will ask, but because, you know, it says coding programming knowledge, and usually for beginner type of competition, that kind of question will arrive. I'll show you this. I actually wanted to use this for your lesson, but unfortunately it doesn't support Python. I mean the course here, the basic programming basic, it's only in C++. Unfortunately, see, it's in C++, and there is no English version either for this. Yeah, so can't really use it, but I'll find a different alternative. Yeah. So here, if we take the quiz, let me find the quiz. There should be some quiz here. Quiz. Okay, variable, right? Variable and type. We learned about variable and type, right? Yeah. So if we look at the type of question they ask, right? Yeah, the type of questions is like, do you understand what happened if the variable is such and such, right? So I am anticipating if the question or problem, see, like this, in HCIC will be like testing you whether you know what will happen. What will be printed if it goes this way? You see? Which one will hit error? What kind of error? Yeah. So I don't know if HCIC will look like that, but I suspect it will be. That's why I'm teaching you all these unique scenarios, and you need to play with it also, yeah, yourself. Try casting some text to integer, some text to float. Try casting Boolean to string and so on, right? We actually haven't tried Boolean to string. Okay, let's do that and close the day. Yeah, 1 hour already. Let's do that casting from Boolean to string. What will happen if I do this? str true. Any guess? I actually don't know. I don't know. So this is, this is one of those times that I actually don't know. I need to try, then I know. So I will know it together with you. But any
One
guess?
One again, but a string version.
Yeah, so it will just print through like that. It'll just print through like that. Which means we can also do like this, right? It's gonna be interesting. So bool 0, I convert 0 to bool and then to string. What will we get? We will get false, like a string false. This is a string. This is a string. See? I get a false as a string when I do this. Yeah. So I am anticipating just in case HCIC type of question will look like this. Honestly, I hope it does not look like this because that means it will test your Python language rather than testing your ability to code. You see what I mean? But I won't know. So we'll just anticipate for everything. Yeah. Cool. Any final questions before we close and wrap up? Nope. All right. So thank you so much and see you on next Saturday. Yeah? We will learn new concept in next Saturday, continuing the if statement. Okay, Firas, go ahead. You have a question, Firas? Oh, he's leaving. Okay, cool. All right, see you all next Saturday. We will learn a continuation of if statement, if else statement, and then we will learn about loop as well. Okay, bye-bye. Have a good Sunday.